folks, I'm going to shoot at the hip on this video, or videos, I'm not sure how many it's going to be, so what I'm doing is handling some blades. I've got a few, and I got another one coming. Start with this one. I finished one that I didn't do any video on or anything. If some of you on the forum, they've already seen it, so no big deal there, but this one I'm working on tonight and tomorrow is, this is a HillBIll. This is a one-of-a-kind necker style knife that I asked him to do for me for a trade, and he's on all the bushcraft forums, so you guys can find him, HillBIll. I'll have some stills at the end of the video as always, so you can see it a little bit better. And let me see how I am in frame. Okay, and with this style, the handle is longer than the blade, and I think this will make a really nice neck knife. The grind's about 8 millimeters deep on a 3 millimeter thick steel, and it's going to have, well, I'm going to have to bore it out a little bit more, but it's going to, I'm not sure yet. I'm either going to go with 1/4 inch or 5/16 bolts, and I'm going to debate whether or not I put the lanyard hole in it or not. So it has one. I'm not sure if I'll use it or not. So what I've done so far is actually the scales for this one are inside tacking up now. What I've done is I put black carbon fiber liner, vulcanized fiber liner on some scales, and these they're just cured, so I got to clean them up and get the paper off them and everything like that. So what I'll do is take each one, and I've got my plate set to about 90 degrees, and I can check that with well, pretty much anything. I actually use a CD case to get this right 90 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll trim all the sides and the ends of this, and I'll actually probably go through it right now. So no, not that one. And see if I can come in a little closer. And we're doing these to attach these. It's real simple. Rough up both sides, get them full of epoxy, and I got a table indoors where I can just, right at the edge of the table, because the table's flat, I just crimp them right down. And I'm using 5-minute play, 30-minute cure, because I'm working a little faster now. I don't want the wait times of the 2 hours. So that's how I do it. And then when they're cured, I just come out and trim them up like this. So they're pretty trim now, and I'll clean them up in a minute, I'll show you. Watch out, some ends can get hot. So we've seen that. So the sides are all trim. And what I'm going to do is just to rough up the bottom and remove the paper that I was stamping them down on so I didn't get epoxy all over. A real simple trick is, one thing to do is to learn how to be versatile with your tools if you got a small shop. So a couple things might have more jobs than you might think of. And this one here is a flat plate, so if you can see that comes right off like that. Just hold your belt. takes it right off. So these are ready to go. Now, as soon as the ones inside cure, which I'm actually going to be using for this blade, I'm going to show you how to put the angle behind the choil at the top of the handle. Bring these down, and it's a real simple thing. And maybe walk you through some of the equipment here too. And you've all seen the sander before, probably the most used piece that you can have. And I do have a drill press now, and you can get by without this, but if you want to start working with nice bolts and loveless bolts and things like that, then you're really going to want one of these. I actually just ordered a new bit that does the countersinks for the loveless bolts to help me do the work a little bit cleaner. Hopefully I'll have that by the end of the week, and I'll be back out here in the man cave to do a couple woodlore blanks. And I finished one last week, which I'll throw some stills of at the end. You can check that one out. And stay tuned, and we'll get those scales angled up, and I'll show you how I tack them on. Ooh. Well, here are the scales, and these are actually stabilized curly maple. You see I've got these all set up here. Fairly roughed up. What I want to do is when I mount these, I want the handle to come back a little bit like that. So now there's no measurement to this. Just kind of wing it, but if I was to guess, I'd say going to around 45 degrees, give or take. So they don't need to be any specific angle. You can all see how that did. Puts that nice angle on there. And we'll do it again. Yeah, done on both sides. Worked out pretty good. Now what I'm going to do, stone frame, I'm going to figure out where exactly I want this to land. I'm going to tape up the blade, and I'm going to tack one side with epoxy. And then when I've done that, I'm going to put my holes in to what size I'm going to do. I'm going to trim everything off. So some I'll do with the vise in the hacksaw, and the rest I'll do with a grinder. We'll check in on that in a little bit, but for now I'm going to get this all tacked up. So, and I still got to make the decision of what pins I'm going to be going with as well. So, stand by.